All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Ezra Sosa from Dancing with the Stars, and also you probably know him from TikTok.
Yeah. Just do a quick move.
I'm like, showing the reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yes.
No, love it. I'm so excited that you're here. I live for Dancing with the Stars.
Thank you. I honestly live seeing you guys during the season.
It's my favorite thing. I love talking about it. I've been talking about it for years on this show. So seeing how popular it has become, like in this just resurgence, it feels like with the younger generation, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
I love it because it's like now it has a whole new life, and I think they brought in obviously some new pros that have made that feel that way. I think you are obviously one of them. I know.
Me?
Yes, we're talking about you.
What was it like getting that call that you made like the official pro cast?
God, honestly, like I was not expecting it at all. And for some reason, like going into the new season, I thought for sure I wasn't going to be there at all. Because the previous season, I wasn't asked back.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we're definitely not going to be there again. So I was basically like planned my life as if I wasn't going back. So when I got the call, like, I feel like even the casting director thought, like, are you okay? It's like, is everything fine? And I just remember feeling like, I cannot believe this is happening. And it was in that moment, I knew my life changed forever.
Oh, that is unbelievable. I mean, you did get paired up with an interesting partner. And I think everybody, was talking about that and very interested. And now going into this next season, are you hoping for, a change of course in partners?
I mean, one could hope. God, like, jeez. Well, yes, I think for sure Dancing with Anna brought out a different side of me, and like I think even just being her partner, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be shits and gigs. Like we're in this for the gag of it all. But I mean, I'm really hoping next season I have a partner that can really just show my ability. Because I even feel like too, like people on TikTok, like I forget he can dance. I'm like, yo, bro, like that's how I got the gig. Like that's how I'm in the room. Like
when you say that Anna brought out a different side of you, what do you mean by that?
I mean, I think it brought out a different side out of any pro of Dancing with the Stars history. I think it was the first time you had someone who was controversial, and the pro really just embraced that. And I feel like in the past, people who had controversial people, like they would support them, but they really wouldn't lean into who they were.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought the only way around it was through.
Exactly.
No,
was she exactly what it seemed?
Yes. In the best way. I'm like, so I'm actually seeing her, I think tomorrow night. I can't remember when. So excited to see her because when you're around those people who are just characters.
Oh yeah.
Like every single time I'm around her, I'm like, girl, you don't exist.
Yeah.
Like you are not real.
Right. And it's a story. Like know you're leaving there with a good story. It's a good night no matter what.
Yeah.
100%. That is so true. I don't know if you watched Love Island or tuned into what's been going on, but there's a couple that I felt like I'm like, you're not a real person. Like it's so fascinating to talk to them and hear their story and like learn all about them. And when we were watching, and I think it was such a good it's crazy, but I think it was a good first partner because it's like you kind of lock yourself into that conversation. Like she'll be remembered always as a dancer as a star on the show, So I think that's always so great. But what was your first connection to Dancing with the Stars? Because I know people are in the troupe and then there's all these other things. Like what was the first intro to the show?
Well, even like for me, it was when I was a kid watching it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the pros on the show like came from my same dance studio. So as a kid, like growing up, you just wanted to be on the show one day.
Yeah.
And I also feel like when you have people that you grew up dancing with also make the show, I feel like makes that dream just a little bit more real. You're like, if they can do it, so can I. Like that kind of aspect. So is that like what the dance studio is selling out in Utah, like posters on the wall being girl, you too can be on our
faces
are blasted up in there. Honestly, some of the most random things are up on that studio. I know it's kind of crazy
like
too.
Moms with like their young kids are walking by and they're like, I will be set, my kid will be a pro, and
you keep at this.
No, like they need to be filmed and studied by the government. I freaking
like
love
dance
it.
moms.
Yes, no, 100%. But we're just like a little bit more like, I don't know, like cuntier. I don't know.
Right. Of course.
They're a little bit like more pulled up. I don't know what else to say.
So you watched it growing up and loved it. Who were your favorite pros that you watched then?
I mean, I think no matter what, like Derek and Mark are just like OG. And I think it's really cool just getting to share a floor with them. Like the ballroom floor, like for me, the fact that they dance there and I get to dance there is such an honor. Just because growing up watching them, like I really hoped that someday as a pro, I could like really change, like not even change the show, but like just really like make a difference with their art. And that's what I really loved about them. Like they always like push the envelope, and like one day I really hope like I can make the same impact as well.
No, that's so true. And you will, because it's like there are those, you just have those memorable dances that they have in those moments that always are just written in the Dancing with the Stars history books, I feel like. So no, that is so true. And I love watching them too. And I feel like once they give you that partner,
we're just waiting for that moment.
I know. Well, look, we're already hardcore campaigning for it, because we know we have 2 announcements already for who's going to be in the next cast, and Alex Earl is one of them.
What are your thoughts on that? How do you guys feel about that?
We were so excited.
I am so excited for it. I think you and Alex Earl will be an amazing partnership.
Hey, I agree.
It would be a power duo too, with TikTok and everything. And I feel like when we heard that announcement, everyone was like, all right, Ezra, because
there's a lot of similarities there.
Yeah, totally.
100%.
There's so much you can connect on. Similar ages. Yeah, the whole. I just think it makes so much sense. Certain people that you
don't want her paired up with as well. Gleb. Like we were watching, and when we heard that announcement, we were like, let's go in a differerent direction here.
No, but honestly, Gleb would eat too. Like, let's be real. Like he would eat it up.
Yes, but it's like
there's a certain image, I think, that's sold sometimes, like just dance. People have different styles of dancing, and that's 100%.
And I feel
but it's people have their favorites, so they push for, so I see some people who are like, oh, Alex and Val, like Alex and Alan, but I think you two would be amazing.
Hey, I honestly, you're like preaching to the choir. Like, I freaking love that.
And everybody already has been watching, like this younger generation is so much more into it because of TikTok. Imagine you two together, like it would be even more eyeballs on it. Have the pros, because we saw so many TikToks this past season.
So many.
Were you like kind of an influence for other pros to start making it?
I mean, honestly, I think it started with Riley, like in her season. Like she really blew up when she became a pro, and like I really think it helped us all realize the impact that TikTok has in general. For me, I'm just like chronically online, so it's just natural for me just to post all the time. And so I really do feel like the pros like kind of clocked in on that and just like noticed a huge audience of Dancing with the Stars is now on TikTok. And so they really just want to cater to the people who watch the show. So it only makes sense for them to really like start tapping into it right now.
I love it. It's like the audience now has the widest range from like super young kids all the way to like 80-something-year-olds.
It's really cool.
It's actually so cool to see.
It's just the best too, because I feel like it's just flipped on its head. Really, it's years ago it would be like, oh, the demographic's much older. It's like the show your mom watches, the whole thing. And now they're like, I think because of, like you said, everybody on TikTok, it's like now such a younger group, and they're voting. They're making their voices heard.
It's insane.
They influence the show. You mentioned Riley. How long you and Riley have known each other for forever, right?
For a very long time.
Yeah.
Ever since, how old? I was like 8, 7 since I've known her.
Wow. So a really long time.
She was like a little kid too.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting, our dynamic, because growing up she was always like that little sister. And I really feel like it came from like someone who like I looked as little sister to colleague. And like it's really cool seeing her step into her own light as a pro. Because let's be real, doing that when you're 18 is so incredibly hard.
Yeah.
So for me, not only I'm just like so proud of her and how much she's accomplished, but just when you know how good people are and like her light is just so amazing.
You can tell she is the cutest, and you just root for her. She's actually amazing as well, like so freaking talented. And I think with her season, there was so much talk about with her and her partner, and I feel like she handled it all so well for being her age.
Yeah, she's a star.
Yeah,
she's a star.
Look at her grow.
Yeah, seriously. When do you think you realized you could dance?
Oh, girl, I don't know. I was always like a little queen dancing at my house. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like every single time my mom turned on music, I was just like,
yeah.
Like, I just always like naturally did it. But also, I had like, I mean, I'm like, it's very obvious I have ADHD. Like, I'm very spacey. Like, I'm not like diagnosed by any means, but I feel like it's like pretty obvious. Like, I zone out.
I don't need a diagnosis. I'm aware.
Yeah, like, I'm very aware. So I really do feel like my mom kind of saw that I needed an outlet to let out all my emotions, all my sporadic energy, and dance was the perfect outlet for me.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of music?
Oh, girl, I always say it's music I can dance to. So I feel like when you're a dancer too, like I think you listen to music a little bit differently than you would like a regular person. Like maybe you guys like are really feeling like the vibe of like the lyrics.
Yeah, right. You're listening to the beat.
Yeah, I'm like in that beat, like this is a nice pocket right here.
No, that's so true. I think we do obviously listen to it differently. But so when did you start competitively dancing?
Oh my, I mean, like when I was like
when
a
you were
fetus,
little.
like when you're in that, like you're like go compete.
Yeah,
So
what's the environment like? Because you grew
it's
up,
so. I mean,
like
honestly,
the dance studio. Because I grew, watching Dance Moms. Like I was obsessed with Dance Moms. Like, is it like that?
I mean, yes, girl. Yes, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But also, like, it's kind of like shitty to say, but a part of me is really grateful that I grew up in that environment. I really know how to work in a stressful environment. And, having dance moms all the time is kind of crazy, especially growing up. So now that I'm like working with a convicted felon, I'm like, like I know exactly how to handle the stress.
And I'm sure it builds thick skin because like you're constantly being told like what to do, and you got these, like you said, dance moms around you, and like being in that stressful environment. I kind of get what you're saying.
Right.
Like, of course, no kid should grow up in that, but also like it kind of builds you into the person you are.
Do you have any crazy stories of like competing and having to deal with maybe someone's parent?
No, but I can tell you like the first time I went to like a ballroom dance nationals and I peed my pants. I can tell you that story. Like that's
I'd actually love to hear that story.
So I was actually
all the way from the beginning.
I was actually dancing with Riley's sister Brinley. Do you guys know?
Okay, yes.
Brinley? Okay. So we were like, I don't know, like 8, 9, I can't remember. But they had this nationals in Los Angeles. This is my first time at nationals. I was like, yes, like we're gonna eat it up. We're about to go on and we make the final. The final's coming up and I'm like, holy shit, I need to pee. Like really bad. So I remember going up to the girl who's like in charge of us and I was like, I really need to pee. She goes, you're next, you can't. And I don't know why, I just like looked at her and I just ran. I ran straight to the bathroom. And as I'm running, I'm feeling something warm going down my leg.
Oh my God.
And I was like, fuck. So I came back and I'm like, I peed my pants.
Oh my God.
Crying. They tried fixing it. Brinley was such a troop. We did the final dance with pee in my pants.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And she was like such a trooper. We like right when we left the floor, she was like, oh, and she was like, freaking.
Yeah, she
right.
After that at that age too, you're like, oh, gross.
Yeah, gross. Like that is disgusting. Yeah. But we got fourth, so like work,
Yeah. And hey, maybe if you didn't pee your pants, could have been higher.
No, I don't think. Like,
I genuinely, no excuses.
I think kind of like the piss helped. Like,
no, you're like that warmth gave me a little more bounce.
Yeah, I was like really,
give me a little more bounce.
Really feeling relaxed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, growing up in Utah, what was that like for you? Because now I think I don't know what. There's like a. You might laugh at the way I word this right now, but I think there's like a Utah like surge in pop culture right now.
Don't you love it?
Yeah, like I think a lot of people realized once a lot of the pros shared more of like their personal lives and all these things, especially online. People were like, "Wait a second, you all know each other and you're all from Utah. Like, how did we not know this?" Because it's not shown as much if you just watch the show.
But there's a huge lore.
Exactly. And then you got Mormon wives, you got the whole thing, and everyone's like, you got Salt Lake City housewives, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
it's like, does everybody know each other?
Right. Like, what
like
was growing up in
low-key.
Utah kind of like? Because now we have this view of it from these shows.
I mean, obviously, I think growing up in a dance studio, it's very different.
Yeah.
Like, I had, like, no life. I was very committed to dance.
Yes.
So, I really do feel like any of the drama that I had was via dance.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up queer, too, in Utah isn't the most friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that those were, like, more of the challenges I faced in that community. But I always say when people ask me like if I have a hard time going back or if I have a hard relationship with people from there, I'm like, bro, like I grew up there.
Yeah.
Like they're family. And I honestly love Utah so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's, like you said, you kind of all really sort of knew each other, were in each other's circles, and you see it now. What was like the first interaction you had with a pro on the show?
Oh my God. I think it would have been like Lindsay or
I was gonna say have to be one of them.
Yeah, because I mean, I think it was so there was a dance studio called Center Stage. Riley's mom started a dance studio called The Vibe. And it rivaled Center Stage because they left Center Stage.
I love
to
a
start
rival
their,
dance
Oh no,
studio.
honestly, like I'm like a kid like eating this up.
Yeah.
Like, I
Oh my
love this
God,
drama.
that is amazing.
So I left to go to The Vibe when I was like a youngin'. And that's when Lindsay and Whitney were like 16, 17.
Yeah.
That's when we saw them like train, and that's when like Mark would come in with Shirley and Derek would come in and train them, and they would give us lessons too when we were kids. So like I really do feel like the Dancing with the Stars culture that's like really in Utah, like that's really how it was born. Like when you had them really like starting to rise, and then you're bringing in like Derek and Mark, and they're really seeing us and like how amazing the community is.
That is so interesting. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't know that at all.
No.
Like if you just watch the show and you don't know any background.
No, it's
to
like
that.
we all like literally came from the same movements. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
I love it.
I know, that's why it's so fun to watch you all on social now too, because the show, obviously it's Dance with the Stars. Like on the show, they really showcase the stars and their stories and like in their packages and everything. It's kind of like about them. And then I like them when we get to learn about you. We actually got a question. We take like fan sent in questions on the show, and someone was asking like, if there was a reality show that you could create right now, like what would you want to watch? And I was like, honestly, I'd want to watch a Dance with the Stars pro reality show. Like film you guys when you're all on tour, see what's all going on behind the scenes.
Oh, you guys.
And I was like, I think that'd be
No,
I
we
do.
do.
I
No,
think it
like,
would
you
be
do not.
so good.
Yeah.
Because now tour has taken on a whole different life. It feels like. What's it like
Yeah.
being on tour?
I mean, this past tour was insane.
Yeah.
I also say, like, going back to what you said about the resurgence in the show, you could really tell with the tour.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first started Dancing with the Stars, I wasn't on tour when I first started the show, but I remember going to see it, and like the audience was like half empty, like, and we were all, I think that was their LA show, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But now it's like we sold out the Dolby 2 nights in a row. Like that in itself is such a feat. It's like so cool. And it was like the biggest dream come true. And you just don't really think the impact and how big it is until you actually go out on tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Do you still get those nerves when you're about to go out and perform, especially on tour?
No, because like when you're out on tour, you dance in the crunchiest of times, in the crunchiest of conditions.
Yeah.
But you always just look out in the audience and you see them and you just want to give them a good show.
Yeah.
You know, talking about how that would be our dream reality show to watch. Is there drama going on behind the scenes when you're on tour?
Are you kidding? Yeah.
I know. I asked
Yeah,
that.
are
I
you
know.
kidding?
It's like I just want to know the drama that's going
Yeah,
on.
I know. Wouldn't you like to know?
I would love to know.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna turn this.
I know. And it's also so, I mean, really the potential of it is unbelievable, because if you also think of like the way that tour is structured, where like certain stars come to certain stops, is like that obviously probably change the vibe of certain shows when you have certain celebrities
100%
there.
Does. If you could imagine, like both Steven and Alona have very like great energy, but then like you also have Chandler, who like has like that fresh, like she's such like a cool girl too. Like they're all just so different. But I will say, like, the celebrities this season who came out on the road were just such troopers, because really people don't understand how different the way of living is when you're on the road.
Yeah.
And not everyone's down for it, but they all weren't just down for it, Joey included. Like, and they just embraced it too. And I think that really sets the tone with everyone else.
Are you all like, is it full tour bus life?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's giving like Hannah Montana. Like,
Yeah.
this
Oh my
is
God.
the life. Like,
Wow. And so, I mean, are you guys all separated into different buses? How do you kind of
Yeah,
organize like
yeah,
who travels
sleeping
together?
we have the baby
Bathroom.
bus, and then we have the doggy bus. Baby bus is Nikita's bus. So it's, you got Daniela and Posh, they have the family room in the back with Nikita. Then you have, I think, Pasha's mom, who helped watch Nikita when we were like performing and stuff like that, and Gleb. And then they also had a couple more crew people on that bus. And then you had the doggy bus, and that's Jeff's bus. So that's Alan, Emma, me, Riley, Chandler, like whatever celebrity would come in, they would just rotate in. Emma, Britt, Steven, I'm trying to think, Brandon. I mean, like we were all on that bus. Yeah. But like so fun.
I feel like it's so fun, and even if there's like fights or whatever, at the end of the day, you're still having an amazing time after.
Yeah, I mean, I always say like your energy fluctuates so much when you're on the road because you wake up and you're like, where the fuck am I? You're like, what time zone is it? Because you're really like hopping through different time zones. So it's always like you're in just like, I don't even know where I am in this like world right now. And like once you figure that out, you're like trying to like building your energy up because you have to exert the most of your energy at like 7 p.m. So like always up until then, you're just like a little grumpy. But right when that show hits, it's like you hear in the audience, like you feel that adrenaline. And then after we're just like chill on the bus, like we feel like champions. It's the coolest thing ever.
Right. Did you have a favorite celebrity? I know it's really hard, but from this past season.
Oh, you can't make me do that.
Yeah. Like
just
a couple. You could throw out a couple.
This past season, like I'm gonna miss those fuckers.
Yeah.
I am. Honestly, I will say, me and Steven bonded a lot on tour, and he's just such a good guy, and he really goes with the flow. Such a good team player.
Yeah.
Such like a selfless guy. I really do love him. He's the best.
He's such a doll.
And I feel like even as viewers, we get attached. But then I know. But then a new group comes in, and we're like, and we get attached to them.
It's kind of like a fever dream because it's all like the same but different.
Right.
So same people, different fonts. Like,
like what's happening?
Well, because they do always kind of casting. I feel like always does sort of have a formula, and then they sort of plug different people into it. You know, there's always maybe somebody with a little bit of
you would clock the formula.
Controversy. Maybe
someone who's always a controversial person.
Someone who needs
a
big comeback.
Who do you guys think will be on next season? Because not like I know anything, but
let me tell you, I don't know if you have followed any of this at all, but there's such a movement right now for Karen Reed to be on Dancing with the Stars.
That would
be fucking wild.
That would be wild. Like,
okay, wait, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say Karen Reed, almost not convicted murderer.
She was just freed.
Wait, whoa.
She was just freed. But
the way that I was like, they wouldn't go there, but they would.
No, but
I don't know.
You had that reaction for sure.
That's such a Dancing with the Stars pick, I feel. But like, if I'm Karen, like, this is the first time she's free in a long time.
No,
like,
it's
you know what I mean. Like, does she want to be?
I want to be in a dance studio right now.
Karen wants to have a drink.
Okay,
I need a drink and a mimosa.
Karen also for sure wants to be famous. So
definitely. So it's like probably a little bit of both.
Exactly.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad.
No, that
when the whole like Julie Chrisley and all that stuff was happening, Anna actually sent me DM.
Oh my god! I didn't even think about that. That they're out now too.
Yes, guys, the options
Rhea,
are endless for next season. Are you kidding me?
Your worst.
I know, the Chrisleys.
The Chrisleys.
Oh God, I feel like. Do you think we're gonna get like more influencer type, like, because we have Alex Earl, or do you think we're gonna kind of like go all over the map because we have like the influencer?
I will say, I really do feel like the show does a really good job at finding a cast that really reflects the times that we are in, like currently. Sure. And as you can imagine, like the idea of celebrities changed than what it was like back in the day. So I think for sure next season you'll see a reflection.
And it's different because
rumors about
stars want, like, there's people that are now dying to go on the show. Like, I've seen interviews of folks that are like, oh, I was offered Dancing with the Stars 5-6 years ago, and I turned it down because I thought that was the end of my, like, that's a show, shows that it's the end.
No,
and now those same people are probably fighting to be on the show.
So actually, like, I will say this, last season, they were having a hard time finding celebrities to do the show. In this season, I mean, like, they're not having.
Everybody's knocking the door down.
I saw a rumor about Ciara from Summer House joining, who I think would be amazing.
Yes,
and I think you would be great partners with Ciara as well. That I would be so excited if Sierra was on. That's just one I keep
there's
seeing
a lot of people
constantly.
that were from like on Traders that would be really good.
Who do you guys want to see?
Dancing with the Stars.
Like Dreamcast. I love this game.
I know.
Oh, what we talked about this recently, and I named somebody so random that I was like, wow,
we just did a show with Dolores from Housewives of New Jersey. She was like, I would fucking die to be on Dance with the Stars.
Yeah, Dolores would be so funny.
She would be amazing. Like, honestly, there's so many people from Bravo that would be good. And I think, like, after how great, like, Ariana was and everybody, like, it's, that's that. But then, I don't know, then there's, like, there's always the older, like, somebody that was on, like, a hit 80s, 90s sitcom.
Yeah, I love those. I love
and
those
I always
kids.
love them. I always love them.
Oh,
you
my
know?
God. I was so sad last
No,
time.
I know. He was so
Wait,
cute.
why?
Like, you're talking about who's with Emma?
Oh, Reggie.
Yes.
You guys, he went to see tour. He went to see the tour.
Oh,
and we do a part in the tour where like
they always pick.
she
a cute
talks
old
about
man.
like how to be a pro, and she's like, if anything, like resort to props. She goes, when I had Reggie, we resorted, and he was in the audience, so we stood up, and his team shined flashlights on him, and the whole audience was like,
that's
like,
amazing.
we love this man. I love this man.
Why do I feel like Boston? I'm not rooting for Boston Rob to be on, but I feel like Boston Rob, because he's been on like every reality show lately, that they would like maybe ask him to be on Dancing with the Stars.
No, definitely.
I'm just thinking like lately with the amount of reality TV that's been on, and then taking those people.
It's interesting too, because I just think reality TV has a resurgence in general. Like like if you really think about it, a lot of reality shows are popping off right now.
Oh my God, it's constant.
Yeah.
We love it because it's
We
our life.
love
I could see
because
some
that is my
potential.
job.
No, literally.
Yeah, let's
Listen,
go.
we
I could
all
see
we want
some
is reality TV.
Yeah.
Maybe not this next season, but if they keep moving the way that they're moving, I could see some of the girls from Mormon Wives, a little ABC Hulu crossover. You know, they love to keep.
Who would
it
you
in-
guys want to
they
see
love to
from the
keep it in
Mormon Wives?
fam.
Because the crazy part about it is like, if you really think about it, like any of them can do it.
Yeah, I know.
Like any of them
I
could.
think like Whitney, obviously, like I feel like is constantly dancing on TikTok.
Yeah,
and
and
doing
she
those
can
things.
dance
And
too.
she can
That's-
yeah. So like I feel like she could be good, but I mean, I'm Taylor's probably
Taylor
the
would
one
be like
everybody-
the, you know.
she would
feel
eat it
like-
up too.
Yeah, I think Taylor's probably. The
I
one
also just
everybody wants
I
to see.
loved watching her on the show too.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's there's always be drama that goes her way too. She get paired with some like super hot pro and like
Right.
and then she'd be great for like, oh my God, what's going on?
One of the
What's
Mormon
going
Wives
on in
is
the back?
such a good call. I
Yeah.
feel like that's
Yeah.
bound to happen.
It's
That's like a
yeah.
really good call.
Yeah.
Throw her with Gleb. Who knows?
Who knows what would happen? Lord knows.
Right.
Who knows what could
They
happen?
ain't ready,
Can we
kids.
handle another season with Gleb and a?
No, we can and we will.
I was just like, look, I was the one who handled it the most, and I can do it again.
Yes, I need something to talk about.
know.
Like people don't
I
understand.
mean, there's what we were all talking about.
Exactly. There's so much lore behind like the relationships and whether it's pro and star or within the pros now. But I feel like you've always had such a funny outlook on it where the commenters always look to you for your commentary on anything, whether it's
Right.
pro or star, whether it's like, was it Gleb and Brooks or is it, some of the pros? Like they're always like, get Ezra on the case.
You click the comment section, top comment, where's
Always.
Ezra? And then you're like, I'm here.
As you can imagine, during the season 2, I'm like, oh my God, like this is getting crazy. But it's like, it's so fun because for me, like I always just feel like a fan at heart because I've watched the show when I was a kid too. So the fact that like I get to live it, it's just so much more exciting for me like to comment about it because I actually like know this shit, but I know this shit from an outside perspective. So it's really
No, it's like,
interesting.
where were you when that video dropped of Brooks and Gleb kissing backstage?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that was like, that was a moment. Like
I
everybody
mean, I was
like,
like watching it happen.
yeah, you're
so
like, I was there.
I
but-
was like, I was like saying, I was like, oh, this is gonna, this is gonna go viral.
like, you're like, I got my TikTok ready because people are gonna be screaming.
I'm
at
like,
me in the
Riley, where are
comments.
you?
Did at any point did you feel like a pressure to get the tea for everybody because they were like really pushing you?
Yeah, but like I'm like at your own pace.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's
I'll
like
do what
I have the
want.
tea, but I'll tell you when it's ready.
Yeah,
Right, you're like, I'm busy.
Like, girl, I'm busy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually a dancer.
Yeah,
You're like,
So,
you forget, I have a job.
like, I have work.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. No, I mean we're so excited to continue watching and watching.
Can't
you
wait.
This,
It's like you
this
don't want the
next
summer to
season.
end, but then
I
you're like,
know.
oh, well, the fall comes around and it's Dancing with the Stars
know.
time.
I know.
It's
Exactly.
interesting because like we call this like off season. Like all of us are just like just like doing nothing all day, being like, we're just waiting for next season. But I'm just so excited for next season.
Well, we can't wait. We'll be watching, obviously, and until then, we'll be campaigning for you to be paired with Alex Earl. I don't know if that's how I feel.
I'll have my team start making flyers.
Exactly. We'll do it. We'll put posters up.
Great.
Yeah, at 100%. We're telling everybody. So.
Yes, exactly.
Ezra, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
That was so fun. You guys.
You got to come back during the season, or we'll come find you.
Yeah,
no.
We'll come to LA.
I'll like open my door, like, hey guys.
We'll come to LA.
We're gonna come there.
We will find you, and I will love it. Thanks, guys.
Amazing. Thank you so much.